Hey folks, many of you have asked me about this trellis that I stick on top of my GreenStalks. What is it? Where can I get it? This is called a Texas tomato cage, and let me put a snippet from a video that I made in spring where I describe how it works. So let's get into the first question that I'm sure is on a lot of your minds, which is how the heck did you trellis these peas so high? And just for context, this is kind of where the GreenStalk ends. And that is where the pea trellis ends. It is over 5 feet tall on top of the GreenStalk. So what is holding it up? It is what's called a Texas tomato cage. Let me show it to you. Okay, so this is the Texas tomato cage. These are two pieces that actually connect together. So this is at the bottom. You can see it's got more than 1 foot long stake that can be pushed into the GreenStalk tier. And it's got these little sockets on the top. So these are extension kits, and it's got these little legs, and these little legs stack into the first trellis, and you can go up as far as you like. And I've seen people use other tomato trellises as well after a lot of them saw how I did it. And it looks like there are a lot of options, but this is what I use. And I have stacked this double, and that's why the peas are so tall. But there's a problem. And this is the problem. This is my infamous pea trellis. The ones that I just showed you as sweet peas, but these are actually edible peas. And this grew absolutely huge, and it produced wonderful peas. I mean, absolutely delicious peas. I had no idea how to harvest them. I had to grab a footstool, climb up to harvest them, but they were so good. Really good. But a little bit of wind pushed it over, as you might expect, and it dropped, I think, about 3 times in the course of 1 month when we had some winds. Sorry, chewing. And I had to eventually put a ladder to stabilize it. Nothing worked. Eventually, I just took off that top tier and put it on the bottom here next to it, and now it hasn't fallen, but, you know, don't make it go too high, I guess, is the moral of the story. And that is actually one of the advantages of this Texas tomato cage, is that you can stack them in, like, I guess this is about 3 feet tall. And so if you stick with just 3 feet, I think that is sufficient. You can see this one is pretty stable. I've got some peas climbing up it, and yeah, this GreenStalk is doing really good. One more problem I had with this GreenStalk was that it was sitting on one of those cheapo Amazon movers, which didn't work very well. It wasn't very stable. I've since replaced it with an official GreenStalk mover, and I highly recommend it. This is actually the ultimate spinner, not the mover. And I highly recommend get the original GreenStalk movers and spinners, because anything else that you get maybe a little bit cheaper on Amazon is not going to be able to hold the immense weight of the GreenStalk, and it'll do things like start to tip, and if the surface is not very stable, it's just bad news. Anyway, I eventually had to take this down. You can see it's on its way out, and I'm waiting for it to actually give me some dried pods, because I absolutely love these peas and I want to save seeds. But I'm getting this GreenStalk ready for summer. Everything's on their way out. I've got cilantro and beets and spinach, all cool weather crops, and you can see waiting in the wings over here, I've got some flowers already ready to take that place, and I've got some coleus. This is Calabracao. It is a beautiful cascading, kind of like, it looks like petunia. It's not really petunia, but it produces tons of tiny blooms, and I can't wait to grow this in one of my GreenStalks. Now, I made that video in spring, but after that I got yet another trellis. This is an arch trellis, not a GreenStalk product, but they actually grew some peas, actually beans on it, and it did phenomenally well, and now I believe they're growing peas on it as well. So I am keen to actually tuck in some sweet peas over here. I've got some already growing in my greenhouse, and let's see how this does. And one word of caution for you, by the way, this is available on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested. But this trellis, once you install it, guess what? You can't turn your GreenStalk. So just be sure that your GreenStalk is positioned somewhere where it's getting ample sunlight on all sides. Otherwise, you're going to have to figure out how to get 2 people to help move this and turn this, which I don't think is a lot of fun. Anyway, if you've got any interesting trellising options, do leave a note in the comments below. I almost forgot. Wanted to give you an update on this trellis that I think I talked about in that video that I made in spring about trellising. I'd just gotten these trellises at that time from Amazon. Again, cheapo. Just absolutely horrible, you guys. They don't hold anything, not even this zinnia. I've tried doing this, nothing works. You are so much better off getting the GreenStalk original trellis. I mean, this thing is firm, steady, holds up this really heavy petunia plant, which keeps breaking. And it was just such a relief to put this in here. And this is holding up the petunia plant so nicely. So, yeah, spend a little bit more money, maybe. I mean, it's really a wash, frankly, with the Amazon products versus this, and the quality of the GreenStalk products just not comparable. So my dad had an expression, the cheaper it is, the costlier it becomes. And that has certainly been the case with these trellises. I mean, it has been a total waste of money. And then it has certainly, most certainly been the case with the cheapo Amazon movers that I've gotten in the past. They just cannot hold the weight of the GreenStalk, like I said earlier. So yeah, spend the money, buy the ultimate spinner, buy the mover, don't buy anything from Amazon. I mean, the GreenStalk is a special beast, and the weight of it, it just needs something really sturdy. And the GreenStalk products are made to work well with each other.